clawing our way out of our graves to bring you your weekly dose of chaos and darkness. I'm Rexy.
And I'm Lillie, and this is the Morning Report. Normalize naming your children after something you love. Good night, Linda Cardellini as Velma in the live-action Scooby-Doo when she comes down the stairs in the red latex jumpsuit and says, "Who's your mommy?" I got that. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Now, I don't even care. Just go.
Okay, so it's that good.
Oh my
Okay.
God. That
I love
scene
Matthew
does it.
Lillard.
Oh, as
Love
Shaggy,
Matthew
he
Lillard.
is perfection as Shaggy.
I don't remember if I sent it to you guys or not, but like he had a little con interaction with like this tiny little girl. Did you see that one? So Matthew
No.
Lillard was at a con and this little girl had come up with like her mom or somebody and they were trying to she wanted to meet Shaggy, right? So they take her up and she's very scared and she's freaked out. So yeah, he's a very tall man, right? So he sits down
Yes.
cross-legged in the floor in front of his table with her, and then he just starts talking to her, just kind of quiet, and she's still kind of hesitant. So he looks up to the dude running his table and he's like, says something, and the dude hands him a picture of him as Shaggy, like to sign, and he covers up or no, he goes, "Hey, you like Shaggy, right?" And she like nods, she's just like doing that little kid thing, like, and he takes this little picture and he like kind of rolls it up and puts it over his mouth. And then he does the Scooby Doo voice. He does the Shaggy voice. And she got so excited.
Stop it.
And he turns it over and signs it for her and stuff. And yeah, it was just really cute. It was really cute. He's
That's awesome.
he's such a nice man. I have only gotten to meet him one time, but he was super nice.
Yeah, no, I just love the fact that he played Shaggy in the live action and then has played Shaggy ever since. Like, this is my job now.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, we are here today to do some article swaps. And we haven't done any of these in a little while, and we are
I don't
actually going
even want to
to
do this one.
I can't wait to see what he sent you. So as always, these have been selected by Daryl and sent to us, and we are blindly reading. And judging by Lily's face, she doesn't want to read whatever he sent her. And it makes me want to hear it more.
So this is from KCRA out of Jamestown, California,
Oh, it's our favorite station.
from March.
Favorite month, too. We love March.
A Northern California man's struggle after a government mistakenly declares him deceased. We've done something similar to this.
That means it's happened more than once.
Mm-hmm. Danny Davis is dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatsoever about that.
Okay.
While Davis, a Jamestown, California resident, is not Jacob Marley, whose death starts A Christmas Carol with the same two sentences, the statement is nonetheless true for Davis. At least it's true for the federal government.
Okay.
I went to the local grocery store to buy some groceries, and they said, "I'm sorry, Danny, your card's declined," Davis said from his living room. I came home, I called the number on the card, and it said, "Yeah, your money's been canceled because you're deceased."
I want to back up for just a minute. The person on the other end of that phone,
made that
your money's
sentence.
been canceled because you're deceased.
Excuse me, I have a lot of questions.
Oh, me too.
How am I making this phone call? Where to go? Oh no, my computer. Okay. So what makes that all the more confusing is the fact that unlike Jacob Marley, Davis isn't physically dead. He was very much alive when he interviewed with us and still is alive. That debit card Davis referenced holds his Social Security funds, money the 6-year Army veteran relies on to live. So I called Social Security that day and they said, well, we made a mistake. We incorrectly deceased you. We need to fix this.
Yeah.
That was December 7th. Since that day, Davis has had no income.
It's
Worse,
June. What?
worse, he's now having to prove to everyone he's not dead. That's everything from health insurance to DMV to his power and water companies. Davis has had to rely on others to survive.
That's
Well, it was
what?
only March, so we don't have an update, but it was only March. So it was only 3 months, which is still a really long time.
Yeah, I guess if we're talking about government time, it's not nearly long enough, but
You want to talk
wow.
about though how we treat our veterans?
Oh. Yeah, this is one way. We don't we declare them dead and then we don't fix it.
So he says, friends and family, they've helped me out. Davis said while tearing up, but that can't keep going on. That's got to stop. So it's tough. Unfortunately, Davis is not alone. According to a 2019 report by the Social Security Advisory Board, anywhere from 7,000 to 12,000 people a year are incorrectly declared dead by the Social Security Administration.
No. No, what?
That's like 1,000 times more than I would expect.
Yeah. What?
7 to 12 is too many. 7,000 to 12,000,
That many people.
that's a problem. If it takes one click of a button to make the mistake, why can't you fix it with one click of a button with your fancy computers and stuff that you've got? Davis asked.
You're literally the government. You are the agency in control of this.
Yeah, who are you going to talk to?
Fix it.
You get to talk to
What?
yourself. Hey, has he
Oh,
provided enough
Kevin
that he's
says,
not
"Bring out
dead?
your dead."
I
And
got
he's over here just like, "But
better.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah,
I'm actually feeling quite better."
I got better. So
No. No.
KCR3 Investigates reached out to the Social Security Administration, which sent us an email saying its records are highly accurate, but they're not. It added less than 1/3 of 1% are subsequently corrected.
What?
Less than 1/3 of 1% of 12,000 are corrected.
So, all these people are just, like,
Dead.
rude?
I mean, obviously dead now, they can't eat.
Wow.
Um, Deaths are reported to Social Security primarily from the states, but also from other sources, including family members, funeral homes, federal agencies, and financial institutions. The administration said people with this problem should locate their nearest office and bring ID showing that they are still alive. I can't show up. Like, hello.
This is me. Hi, I'm clearly not a corpse.
This is what Davis did, getting a letter saying, my name is Daniel Davis, and I am currently alive, and my current address is address. Yet Davis has still been unable to get the money he needs to pay rent, utilities, and even groceries. The bank cannot get the debit card to work. The Social Security office gave him a paper check, but when the bank tried to cash it, they could not verify there were actually funds associated with the check.
What?
Still, Davis wants more than his problem fixed. He wants Social Security to come up with a better way of handling things. Just make sure there's a way to fix it. That's what I would like to happen. Yeah, for me and anybody else, Davis said. Davis is like the thousands of others who are accidentally declared dead. While one change at the Social Security Administration can declare him dead, it is up to Davis, like all the others in the same situation, to reach out to everyone who uses Social Security to prove you are not dead. So that paperwork, along with a birth certificate and Social Security card, has to go to insurance, banks, DMV, doctors, and anyone using that number for a tracking of a person.
Wow.
And Davis has reached out to his senator, and that their people are working on trying to fix the problem, but so far nothing has changed with his Social Security funds.
How do you have people, like, in public office trying to fix it for 3 months and nothing.
Now I'm just mad. Thanks, Daryl.
Leo says they need to make an office for declared dead people to visit. You should have to cross the river Styx to get there. I love it. Ugh, wow. Okay, well now that we're all mad,
Yeah, but Leo, even if they could immediately fix it, if I show up with my social security card, my birth certificate, it should be an immediate like
oh, you're clearly not
fix.
dead. Like if that's enough ID to prove your ID to everybody else, why not the actual office who gave you those IDs?
That gave you that number.
Ugh, wow. Okay, well, this one might not make us any happier.
Damn it, Daryl.
Okay. Ooh, the headline. Okay, this one is coming from us from news.com.au. British Navy mistook whales for submarines and torpedoed them, killing 3 during the Falklands War. The British Navy killed 3 whales after mistaking them for enemy submarines during the Falklands War, it has been revealed. 2 were
What?
killed by torpedoes fired from the anti-submarine frigate HMS Brilliant, and the 3rd was attacked by one of the ship's helicopters, the Plymouth Herald reports. Or that sounded like the helicopter's name was the Plymouth Herald, but the newspaper's name is the The previously undisclosed incidents are taken from the diaries of the ship's crew, which have been published online by hmsbrilliant.com, a website commemorating the vessel's role in the 1982 war.
Okay, so in the 80s, three whales were killed. Okay, got it.
Wow.
Whales still learned, I mean, looked
They,
like whales in the 80s, right? I
I
mean, I
guess you think
know
about, like, how crappy technology and, like, sonar and all of that stuff would have been. I was like, "Damn, 3 of them?
I guess.
Oy."
Jeez. And after the first one, did you not just
Right? Where you're not like, "Oh, wait a minute. These things kinda look like submarines. Maybe we should check a little closer." No, no, apparently not.
Oh, okay. Governments suck.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, give me what you got. Draw me a
Uh, no, I'm just kidding.
card.
Oh, okay. So this is from the tristatehomepage.com. It's Evansville, Indiana, and it is from February. My computer, hold on. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. I was trying to click
And
on our
investigation begins after man wrongly presumed dead in neighborhood park.
what is it with all these, like okay,
Yeah,
silly
uh-huh. What looked like a tragedy became a miracle instead. According to a police report, an individual collapsed at a park in a neighborhood on Hawaii Avenue in Evansville. First responders arrived and performed CPR, but later stopped resuscitation efforts. Others, however, noticed the man was still breathing. Hawaii Avenue resident Leslie Goodwin had a front row seat to it all. What we saw during that hour process, we thought he was a goner, says Goodwin. So I see him playing basketball for hours and I seen him laying on the ground and I thought he just got winded from playing for a few hours. Officials with American Medical Response, Evansville, called the Vanderburgh County coroner to the scene, indicating that the individual would soon be pronounced dead. But the story doesn't end there. The coroner's office says several on scene noticed the patient, a 31-year-old male, was still breathing.
why is it this hard? Why
It's not. It's
why is
not.
it hard to tell if somebody's alive?
They're breathing. How about we don't call the coroner?
Yeah, If
I
they
don't
have a
know.
pulse, how about we call an ambulance?
To find the person still alive during your investigation, I have never had that happen, explains Vanderburgh County Deputy Coroner Keith Mosby, who admits he was concerned about what happened next.
It gets worse. Okay.
This was brought to the paramedics' attention by multiple individuals on scene, recalls Mosby. The paramedic told us that was that that ugh. The paramedic told us that was because of all the medication she gave the individual, and once it worked its way out of his system, that would stop. He was still breathing 20 minutes later when we called the second ambulance and was still breathing when the ambulance got there. The man was taken to the hospital for treatment, and this incident prompted an internal investigation from AMR. A spokesperson with AMR sent the following statement to Eyewitness News. American Medical Response, AMR, is aware of an incident that occurred February 5th. This incident is under internal investigation. We take these matters very seriously and we remain committed to ensuring the highest level of pre hospital care possible to the community of Evansville. As to whether it's a training issue or what, explains Mosby, I can't answer that. That'd be a question for AMR. But I think the issue lays with individual paramedic that was on scene that night, not with AMR as an organization. Mosby says he believes procedures need to be implemented with AMR to avoid a similar incident in the future.
Yeah, that's straight up operator error.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. You do everything as like a paramedic. You treat them as alive until they are dead, and
Yeah.
even then, you still go into they're alive, right?
Oh, Leo, that first paramedic was a necromancer and just trying to cover the tracks.
Can you imagine? You're like a paramedic, and you're like do. Oh shit!
You find that you suddenly have the power to raise the dead, and you're like, "Oh,
No,
right,
it's
you do
just
that,
the medication that I gave him. I
it'll
promise.
it'll wear off, and if it doesn't, it's just a miracle." It's a miracle.
If he starts eating brains, that's not my fault.
Oh, oh my gosh. Did you guys
What?
see the, the brain I'm trying to remember. Okay, so Tyler sent me this thing earlier, and it's, like, they're growing little bitty brains and powering computers with them.
Nope, I don't even want to talk about that. That's awful.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's that's probably a conversation for another episode, but eee.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want little tiny brains powering computers. I don't even really want computers powering computers at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's just the ethics line, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
but if we get into that, we're never gonna finish this episode.
No.
We're gonna be done, yeah, a tiny human brain. They're growing them from stem cells. Okay, I have to be quiet, hang on. I'm gonna tell you something else, and then I'll just send you the thing that I was,
I don't want
the
the tiny human brains. Please don't send me the tiny human brains.
okay.
Please.
Instead I'm gonna send you Orcas, and you're gonna be really happy about
Orcas.
I think the last 2 articles I have are gonna make us all really happy.
Good, because my last one's not.
Oh, okay. I mean, mine aren't exactly happy, but I think they're gonna make us happy. So this is coming from us from New Atlas, and it was written by Bronwyn Thompson, May 27th of 2024. And the headline is Orcas are still smashing up boats, and we finally worked out why.
Yeah, they are.
For
Why?
4
Tell me
years
why.
now, orcas have been ramming and sinking luxury yachts in European waters, and scientists have struggled to work out just why these smart, social animals had learned this new destructive trick. But
Eat the
it's not
rich.
but it's not due to some anti-capitalist eat the rich agenda,
Damn
nor is it
it.
to do with territory and aggression. The truth is, well, it's child's play.
Fuck yes. Heck yeah.
Following years of research, a team of biologists, government officials, and marine industry representatives have released their findings on just why one particular Orcanis orca group has developed this destructive streak. And it turns out orcas, especially the kids and teens, just want to have fun. The report reveals that a combination of free time, curiosity, and natural playfulness has led to the young orcas adopting this new trend of boat bumping, which is not at all surprising for a species that has been known to adopt odd, isolated behaviors from time to time.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
I know. In recent years, a dramatic recovery in the population of bluefin tuna in the region has been a win for a group of about 40 critically endangered Iberian killer whales that feed exclusively on the large fish. This has meant that they've cut down their time spent foraging, leaving space for other hobbies, like
Orcas have
sinking
hobbies.
luxury yachts.
I love it.
Leo says, part of the revolution.
Revolution.
In addition, climate change could be playing a role, leading to those tuna being in the Gulf of Cadiz continuously rather than seasonally, the scientists noted. This year round abundance means that there appears to be no longer a need for the whales to pursue every fish encountered. No.
They're bored. I love it.
Leo says, so maybe quit playing Yacht Rock and start playing Cindy Lauper and you'll make it back to port. Oh, that reminds me. I'm not done with this, but I want to put this up. Hang on.
Orcas
Analyzing data
just
accounted. Have fun. Ooh, orcas just
wanna have fun. Okay.
Analyzing data collected from individual orcas and through observation, the scientists found that the attack on vessels usually involved a couple of animals at a time from a core group of 15 that have so far been observed messing with boats. But these attacks are anything but, from the orca's perspective, at least. Most of the 15 were male juveniles and teens, the most curious and exploratory of an orca population, suggesting that what started as playful head bumping on boat rudders has escalated as the animals have grown larger. The team notes that this rudder bumping behavior was observed around 2017, but the interactions didn't result in any boat damage. Now that the
Rudder
orcas are
bumping.
larger, their game has become a lot more powerful. Oh, I love this. And no orca over the age of 25, when males are fully grown, has been seen participating in the tomfoolery.
You
Scientists
you grow up and you lose your sense of fun.
Yep, you grow up and you're like,
Where's
"Man, I just don't have time to be bumping boats anymore."
rudder bumping?
Rudder
Where's the orca Peter Pan when you need him?
right? We need him. He should appear.
We need him.
Scientists suspect younger orcas have seen older siblings playing with their rudder toys and then copied. Some females have been spotted, but they're most likely just there to babysit the kids. Uh,
Aw,
apparently, the females don't have the let me go sink some boats drive. Killer
that's
whales are.
sexist.
We gotta go tell the female orcas to start stepping up then, because they don't want to participate.
I'm gonna need y'all to, yeah.
Oh, killer whales are known to play with other objects or animals in their environment to the point of damaging them. In the southern resident killer whale population of Washington, USA, which feed on salmon, individuals will play with harbor porpoises to the point of killing them, which may be a similar escalation of an initially less harmful interaction. So, this behavior seems on that spectrum, the scientists wrote. The animals are known to be sensitive to trends, with scientists of having observed odd new behaviors spreading through a pod like a TikTok challenge, only to be forgotten just as quickly. Perhaps most famously, in 1987, a female this is good. A female orca Pacific Ocean near the Puget Sound was observed carrying a dead salmon on her head. Within 2 months, killer whales from her pod and 2 others were also wearing fish hats. So it's
Ooh,
sad and eventually died out, although this shot from 2019 suggests at least one orca might be trying to bring it back. Oh, I gotta show you this. Actually, Lily, you wanna
hold
Google
on.
yep, you Google that, okay. Oh, different populations often have distinct dietary specializations that are maintained by cultural transmission, And these ecotypes typically have a variety of persistent behavioral traditions that are related to their divergent foraging, the authors wrote. Some populations may also develop unusual and temporary behavioral fads and other idiosyncrasies that do not appear to serve any obvious adaptive purpose. Understanding the recent boat interactions by Iberian killer whales may benefit from an examination of such ephemeral traditions in other well studied killer whale populations. Still, one orca's playtime is another human's frightening encounter, as this video from the ocean race in 2023 shows. And
I'm
yeah,
looking.
it is on what's it called? Orca encounter at Gibraltar for Team Jajo.
Okay. I have that too now.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Shibidibidoo. This one.
All
This
right.
is
So
the,
here
the
we
fish
go.
hat.
This is the fish hat.
Look at it.
I love it so much. Oh, I love orcas.
They are killing machines, but this one's pretty in her hat.
Yeah, she's very pretty in her dead salmon hat.
There we go. No, see, I'd rather. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. Yep.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, no.
yeah. Playing with the rest.
It just got a scratchy head. That's all.
Yeah, I know it's what it looks like, right? Like you're just trying to scratch his head.
Oh, just. They've got one of those 360 cameras. It's throwing off perspective.
It took me a minute to figure that out too. I was like, what the heck is going on?
No, see, they're on a tiny boat.
Man.
And that's a giant whale. No, thank you. That is terrifying.
Wow. It is terrifying and amazing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Boat owners and authorities will no doubt be hoping that this rudder play trend will also be phased out sooner rather than later. Since 2020, Atlanta Orca Working Group, GTOA, reports that there have been 673 interactions between the marine animals and watercraft since 2020, with at least 4 boats sinking. Just 2 weeks ago, an unknown number of orcas, also known a little less favorably as killer whales, repeatedly rammed the 49-foot yacht Alboran Cognac in the Strait of Gibraltar between Spain and North Africa. After the passengers and crew were rescued by an oil tanker, they watched from afar as the yacht took on water and soon disappeared below the surface. Ooh, that is scary. The latest sinking saw the Spanish Maritime Rescue Agency, SESMAR, issue a statement warning boat owners not to venture too far from the shore. And whatever they do, don't drop anchor in open water in the high risk zone. In an ideal world, there would be a simple strategy for mariners to follow when killer whales interact, which would avoid vessel damage and harm to the whales. Unfortunately, there appears to be no panacea, the authors of the study wrote. The singular agreement amongst the experts at this workshop is that the interactions between Iberian killer whales and vessels are not aggressive. The interactions have more elephants, more elephants. The, the interactions have more elements consistent with fad behavior or play and socializing than aggression. The use of such terms as attack to describe these interactions is thus inappropriate, misleading, and should cease. Go orcas. You
Yeah.
keep having your fun.
Rudder bumping and it feels so good.
Wait.
Leo and I might share a brain cell that we're just sending back and forth.
Feels so good. You might. Kevin and I often share a brain cell that we bounce back and forth between each other. This has been the morning report.
The morning report.